there, UK comic book reviewer here. Here we have a Dandy annual from 2016 with Desperate Dan spinning a poor lady round and the usual characters in the background there. And let's have a look. We have Smasher, Brassneck running a burger van and a lot of people queuing up. Obviously we know what's going to happen there. Then we have a big pirate ship with all the characters on. Funny how Beryl the Peril is in this. She came from the top to the Dandy, which was unusual. She really did cross over quite a bit, didn't she? You got Desperate Dan, that big, rather large cowboy, that cowboy, who basically was larger than life. Got rather wet there. Ended up like a fire-breathing dragon, and ended up toasting marshmallows at the end. Some sort of Desperate Dan thing there. And he's also sucking a tornado by the looks of it. Coming handy in the Midwest, where tornadoes happen rather a lot. Winker Watson, young lad who often played tricks on his teacher. We've got Smasher here, the young lad who used to smash everything up, ending up on a skateboard and crashing into a lamppost there. You've got Korky the Cat, who had his own cartoon series, and the lady is now chasing after a bird who put on a washing, even though it's an ice cream. I think you'd want to taste it to find out, but never mind. Got Brassneck, this robot guy who kept helping his friend out and often kept getting him into trouble. Bully Beef and Chips, the bully who used to bully this young lad called Chips, but Chips always used to get his own back on him at the end and revenge on him. Keyhole Kate, this young lady who used to keep looking through keyholes, and there she looks through a keyhole and gets scared by an alien on TV. And you've got Desperate Dog there, who is Desperate Dan's dog. Fiddle Diddle, Irish comic strip there. Some sort of leprechaun type character. Corporal Clott, who was an army soldier who used to end up creating more and more problems for his platoon. Jack Silver, the aliens or robotic outer space comic strip. George versus Dragon. George, this guy who used to always get in trouble trying to fight the dragon, but the dragon always used to get his own back by the looks of it. And Desperate Dan again, who has this human horse character with two guys in there, and we're going for a long walk home by the looks of it. Winker Watson, young lad who used to play tricks on his teacher again, and Smasher, who, hang on, laying a day in the life of a jock. Here we are. We've got the Jocks and the Geordies, who these Newcastle and Scottish gangs who used to go against each other, a bit like the Hillies and the Biddies in the Beezer back in the day, and obviously had a day in the life of a Geordie as well. They used to be massive rivals. And the comic strip usually used to end with one gang getting a victory over the other. Smasher, young guy who used to smash everything up, meeting some aliens, and ending up writing a really good sci-fi story at the end. Had a good imagination. Greedy Pig, that rather large teacher who couldn't stop eating. George versus Dragon again. Young lad who used to keep going against this dragon, who apparently they got into a big snowball fight, and the dragon ended up with a very large snowball falling on poor George. Bully Beef and Chips. Beef getting into trouble for drawing on a guy's car. The guy turned out to be rather a lot bigger than him, which was a very silly idea. Korky the Cat used to have his own cartoon series back in the day. We used to watch that quite a bit. It was quite fun actually. And you've got Black Bob, some sort of sheepdog who used to help his master out. There he's trying to rescue a sheep by the looks of it. Keyhole Kate, who ending up with her nose frozen for a key in a keyhole. You've got Beryl the Peril, who comes over from the topper and even her own annual. Funny how she made an appearance in Dandy towards the end. It was like a sort of like a crossover type character. And young lad, they're getting wet because they're playing football in a pond by the looks of it, in a shallow pond, or a puddle. And you've got Greedy Pig again, the teacher that can't stop eating, but his appetite's gone. And you've got a sort of like diary or of some sort there, with pictures. All the guys, Bully Beef and Chips, with Beef getting smacked by a comedy Christmas present, or a boxing spring and a boxing glove. Big Head and Thick Head, two young lads who going down in a soapbox and ending up in a scrap metal bin. Fiddler Diddle, Irish leprechaun, who got loads of luck and loads of things. Loads of scrap metal. Korky the Cat, who again had his cartoon series. Used to be with his nephews rather a lot. And you've got George versus the Dragon there again. The dragon who used to get his own back against the who used to get the upper hand on him. The dragon used to get his upper hand on George. That is. Jack Silver, this family of robots, like in their own comic strip, or aliens, outer space anyway. Corporal Clott, the soldier who used to always get into trouble, cause problems for his platoon and get into trouble again, and the young lad ending up with a rifle and thinking it's a toy one at the end. And you've got Beryl the Peril, who gets a Nintendo Wii, and her dad is hogging it because he wants to play on it all the time. And we have Greedy Pig, that headmaster who has a cricket ball smashed in his mouth and can't eat anything. Black Bob, the sheepdog again, and his farmer master. Jocks and Geordies, the Scottish and Newcastle gangs who always used to get into fights with each other. A bit like the Hillies and Billies in the Beezer. Brassneck, that robot buddy again, who's trying to help his young friend out. And also we've got Sherlock Holmes Investigate, which is Brassneck again, looking for usual suspect. You've got Cuddles and Dimples, who are a bit like Club Sandy and Sandy from Club 5 from the Beezer, towards the end of the 80s. And obviously taking a load of party food away from a party. Big Head and Thick Head, these two young lads who always used to end up in trouble, getting each other into trouble again, trying to get away from this rather large guy. Keyhole Kate there, decorating her room with a load of keyholes, which her parents really didn't like. Desperate Dan, the big large cowboy guy, who used to eat cow pie rather a lot, even though it's just beef pie. And you're getting in trouble with the old Native Americans, and he's getting away from them with a load of flour on there. And he's about to sit on a snake by the looks of it. Not Sid Snake from Wizard and Chips though. And Beryl the Peril there. Who's in trouble with her dad, as often was the case. Nothing changes there. And poor old Bully Beef and Chips, poor old Bully Beef having to do a load of chores to pay for a violin that he wrecked by smacking it on Chips' head. George and the Dragon, where the dragon used to get George into problems. George used to try and beat him, but it's usually always the dragon always won. Black Bob, the sheepdog, and his master again. Looking for some criminals by the looks of it, I think that is. And obviously there's a very aggressive sheepdog there. And we have Beryl the Peril again, eating lots of pie and mash. And getting this other guy into trouble, which their parents like. Next, Silver, the alien android outer space guy family comic strip again, ending up in a load of custard. And you've got Corporal Clott again, causing trouble for his platoon again, getting whacked on with a metal rod from his sergeant. Jocks and Geordies, the two Scottish and Newcastle gangs beating each other up again. And the Geordies winning that one. It would either be one or the other that would win against the other back in the day. And there I think the Geordies are winning that one. So I'll just go over there. Geordies winning, and I'll go on Korky the Cat then. Korky the Cat going fishing and feeding his nephews by the looks of it. Desperate Dog, Desperate Dan's dog, capturing two criminal dogs by the looks of it. You got Smasher there, smashing up a wall. And this guy who wanted it to knock down, but his builders put it back together. And he was actually in a challenge where these guys had to set up building up another wall. And this guy, and the guy who was supposed to knock it down, getting into trouble. Cuddles and Dimples, these two young lads like Sonny and Sandy from the Beezer, getting into a load more troubles. I'm looking at Jocks and Geordies then. Getting into more trouble with the poor old person. It was their dad actually. Jocks and Geordies, and they're two different teachers as well who are beating each other up as the two gangs watching them. Keyhole Kate there. And ending up looking at a skeleton in a museum, presumably. We've got Big Head and Thick Head again, getting into trouble again. Korky the Cat, again. Winkle Watson, that young lad who used to play tricks on his teacher. Corporal Clott creating a massive, great hole in the ground, or a crater in the ground. And you've got Bully Beef and Chips. Bully Beef getting a haircut from an upside down helicopter. Greedy Pig again, that teacher who wants to eat everything and ending up with a load of fireworks in his mouth by the looks of it. Or candy, or popping candy in there. Got some Geordies beating each other up. Well, the Geordies are beating themselves up actually. Desperate Dan again. Taking some care of some Native Americans and ending up in a ravine. And we've got all the guys on a desert island, all the characters, and Brass Neck's takeaway business not going so well, being smashed by Smasher. And here, poor ladies that Desperate Dan was dancing with, ending up drilled into the ground, as you saw in the first one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.